You're 3 years old now. You've been off for a while. And the guy that some people had above you on the pound-for-pound list, he just lost. My question for you is Terence Crawford still the best fighter in the world?
When anybody and everybody asks me who I have as my pound-for-pound #1, I look at them like, me? What are you talking about?
Still undefeated, Terence!
I feel it in my heart, and I believe it to the fullest that I am the best fighter in the world right now, today.
Crawford on the attack! Let's see what Crawford does with it.
That's a terrific victory for Terence Crawford.
I'm so natural and God-gifted with all my abilities and tools that I have what other fighters don't have.
With a left hand, and Sakara is down.
I have the heart.
Crawford has stepped up in class.
I have the skills. I have the speed. I have the power. I have the toughness. I can switch. I can fight inside, outside, going backwards, going forward. I can counterpunch you. There's no fighter in the game today that showed what I've showed in the past fights that I have. I didn't fight tall guys, short guys, boxers, punchers, you name it. I'd take them how they come and make them look ordinary.
You've seen what the game can do to people. You don't shy away from contact. And in fact, you like that kind of contact. What kind of mindset is that?
My mindset is, A, I signed up for this. And B, when it's time to fight, it's time to fight. At the end of the day, it's gonna be me or you. And I'm coming. That's all I can say, I'm coming.
For you, arguably being the best fighter in the world, when you got that kind of recognition and you got that kind of pressure on your back, talk to me about what you're trying to prove every time you step in the ring.
I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody but myself. You know, just going out there and make sure that I dominate. You know, a lot of people, they can say whatever they want to say. Oh, he's not fighting nobody, he's not doing it. But prior to me fighting these guys, they somebody until I fight them.
Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
All right, here we go.
It just shows the level that I'm on compared to the rest. I'm a natural, small guy. That's what everybody quotes. He's a little guy, but I didn't stop every opponent that stepped in the ring with me. That says a lot.
Your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, Terence Crawford.
What makes you different from Manny Pacquiao, maybe a Floyd Mayweather, or even an Errol Spence?
What makes me different, I'm me. I don't try to be nobody else. I just feel like I'm just versatile in every aspect. You know, I feel like everybody got their strong points. You know, when you look at Floyd is a defensive genius, you know, with counterpunching and catching the shots and releasing and his mind. Floyd will outthink anybody in there. Errol Spence, you know, he can box, but at the same time, he kind of uses size to his advantage. Pacquiao, he uses speed and movement and his power to advantage. But when you look at me, you say, all right, he can outthink you. He can outpunch you. He can move on you. He can bang with you. I think that's what makes me different than other fighters. It's kind of hard to put me in the conversation with the all-time greats, being that they all had dancing partners. They all had all those top fighters that was fighting each other that would allow them to be great. I didn't beat some good fighters in my days, but at the same time, it wasn't no pound for pound against pound for pound. It wasn't no Hagler versus Hearn or no. Those fights are the fights that elevate you to being one of the greatest that there is. And I didn't have those big names to share the ring with. It's win or get carried out on the stretcher for me. You know, either I'm gonna get you or you're gonna get me. Because at the end of the day, it's a fight, and that's what we come to do. So when in doubt, it's gonna be me or you. If I come out and the opponent cracks me, boom, and I eat it.
Oh, Kaliaskis comes forward, and Bud Crawford was hurt. And they're ruling that a slip.
When I hit the canvas, you know, some people would say, oh, he got dropped. Some people would say, oh, well, he got pushed down. Whatever the case may be, you know, I was mad. You know, and in my mind and in my heart, I was just like, I'm knocking this dude out. In my mind, I always said, if I take your punch, your best punch, then you in trouble. Now, I know I can take your punch. I felt it. Now let's see if you can take mine. So then the fights begin.
Crawford comes in. There's a three-punch combination from the champ. Oh, and Crawford just nails him.
And every time I get close to him and I land a meaningful punch, I hear him, and I see it on his face that he didn't want to fight.
Oh, a lunging left hand. That backs up Kaliaskis. Then an uppercut. An absolutely brilliant uppercut.
When I hurt a guy and I see that he's hurting, it's kind of like a lion chasing a gazelle with 3 legs. It's food. You hurt, I'm coming. I'm coming to finish you.
One punch, that's it. He is one of the best closers in the business.
I don't do this for me. I do this for them. If I was doing this for me, I would have quit a long time ago.
Born and bred in Omaha, Nebraska.
And I always ask people, what's your why? Why you do the things you do? You know, because I know mine. I gotta feed my family. Underlay. You're not gonna take no food off of my family table. So that's how, you know, it gotta go. That's my why. It's my family.
An American boxing superstar.
How do you deal with pressure and expectations? Your expectations that you got, your team's expectations, but then also outside pressure.
Pound for pound, let's go, baby!
Me dealing with pressure and expectations it's kind of easy because I've been dealing with it my whole life.
Pound for pound!
I've been the kid from Omaha that nobody never thought was gonna amount to nothing. So it's always been a lot of pressure for me. Been a lot of pressure to win a national tournament. Been a lot of pressure to try to win a world championship fight. Been a lot of pressure to defend my title.
Here we go, bud. We made it.
So pressure is nothing to me. I deal with pressure like I deal with everything else in life. Just handle it as it comes. The confidence just comes with the heart. The will not to want to lose.
Mr. Crawford, gentlemen, let's do this.
It's hard to explain because I was born with it. You know how they say you born with heart. And I just really feel like you really born with it because there's nothing in this world that I can do or participate in that I don't want to win in. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it to win. people is doubting you. Everybody looking at you like, oh, you're gonna be another nothing. So it just made me, you know, just hungry.
Left hand, right hook, uppercut, sends it back. Another left hand and a knockdown score.
And I just always had that chip on my shoulder because coming from Omaha, Nebraska, it's like, who is you? Ain't nothing good come out of Omaha, especially in boxing. So it's like, all right, you know, I'm gonna show y'all what Omaha is about.
Here he comes, Crawford on the attack. That's it.
Then when they approached me, they were like, man, everybody all said this and said that, man, you a cool, down-to-earth dude. I love your team, man. Y'all got a good team, man. Y'all just dope. You know, I just laugh because there's so many people that come up to me and say that. And I just laugh. I'm like, you can't be listening to all the people that you know what I mean, be talking to. So I think that's one of the most misunderstood things about me.
Let's go. Turn it.
What's the perfect plan if you can map it out? Give me the names and then tell me how would you want to go out and say I'm done?
If I could fight all the fighters, you know, and then walk away, Pacquiao would be the #1. Spence, he'll be right after that. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, and that's it.
We are set for the welterweight championship of the world.
I feel like I'm able to retire whenever I want. Truthfully, I feel like I've done enough to be in the Hall of Fame right now, today.
Will tonight be the night that he proves to everybody that he's pound for pound #1 in the world?
When I look at fighters that's in the Hall of Fame, I say, man, I accomplished way more than him. So I think in my head, I know for a fact if I retire, I'm gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he scores a knockdown! Bob Crawford with a first-round knockdown!
3 different weight classes.
Oh, nice.
Undisputed. Fighter of the Year.
Down on one knee! He hit him with a shot!
ESPY Award winner. Everything that I have accomplished in the sport of boxing. So deep down in my heart, I know, you know, where I'm heading.
He's not back total. He better start answering some punches, but the referee won't have any choice.
You want me to stop it?
I'm not ashamed if I walked away from the sport of boxing.
That's it. The fight's all over.
Because I walk away with my head high. When Errol calls himself the big fish, I just laugh. You know, because you can't be the big fish if you ain't fought the orca yet.
I'm gonna make one steaky leg. What you want to bet on that? What you want to bet on? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. What are you talking about? There it goes.
A lot of people say, oh, he's bigger than you. He's stronger than you. How you know?
That's fat. It don't matter. Yeah. It don't matter. It don't grab it again, son.
I get a real kick out of it because I know me and I know what I'm capable of doing and what I'm gonna do. That's why I don't feed into everybody comment on my social media posts, oh, you running from Spence, or you running from this guy, or you running from that guy. It's always gonna be an excuse. Errol Spence got in a car accident. That's gonna be an excuse. Oh, he never was the same fighter. I never want to fight him coming off of an injury like that. For what? To set myself up for failure? So now y'all can say, oh, this is the reason why? I want you at your best. I want you to feel you at your best because I respect you as a man. I want you to look me in my eyes and say, I'm ready. I'm 110% ready. And we're gonna do this. Let's make it work. At the end of the day, it is a business. We in here to provide for our families, to make enough money so we can walk away from the sport healthy and make sure that we don't have to come back like all the great fighters had to do. We can fight, you know? I ain't ducking, dodging, hiding from no man on this planet.
Terence imposing his will on Gamboa right now. Oh, yeah. He dropped him. Uppercut drops him again. It's all over. Lincoln, Nebraska, this is the main event of the evening.
I just gotta fight who's willing to fight me at the end of the day. I'm never gonna get my just due until after I retire. It's not my fault that these guys that I've been calling out doesn't want to fight me. I was calling out the likes of Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, and I wasn't even welterweight yet.
And then on the back end, a right hand to the body, and that's going to be a knockdown score.
Let me fight all these guys that y'all saying that I need to fight then, and then I'll prove it to y'all.
Talk to me about the switch. The switch that you got to turn on and turn off as a fighter. What is the switch that a competitor and a fighter has to have?
Well, the switch that a fighter have when it's getting close to that time is your life is on the line. I always say you don't play boxing. You can play any other sports, but you don't play boxing. So you'll see them putting on the gloves and you'll just see a whole different energy. It's just like, it's close. Now let's convert to being this monster that you is. And it's war. It's you or me at the end of the day. So now you going time after time, you visualizing all the things that could happen. You're visualizing what you're gonna do. If this happened, what you gonna do? If this happened. So it's going through your mind. Everything is going fast. But once you start walking, tunnel vision. Everything stops. Then once you get in the ring, it's like you at home. Everything is just like, we here. Nothing else matters. Nothing. But me and you. Ain't no turning back. Now it's time to show the world why you're #1 in the world. Once that bell ring,
Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. At this stage in his career, he's amassed a Hall of Fame resume. A 6-time world champion across 3 divisions. A former undisputed champion with 11 title defenses in the last 6 years. A man who was arguably the most feared fighter in the sport. He possesses the killer instinct and toughness of the throwbacks who have gone before him, the Haglers and Leonards, the legends who have laid the bricks that he now walks on. But unlike those all-time greats, Crawford has yet to find that signature matchup.
Crawford on the attack. That's it. It's over. It's over.
Another fighter that possesses the same intangibles, built of similar material. An opponent who captures the imagination of the public, and cements his legacy.
What a huge right hand, and he has done it!
For years, Crawford is called for that defining fight against the likes of Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao, with no answer. A fighter can't force opponents into the ring with them.
What you want to bet on? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million.
They can only hope that the pressure from the media and the fans will help lure that elusive foe. In the meantime, Crawford continues to do what he does best: win at all costs.
Oh, he scores a knockdown!
Crawford is a generational talent with all the accolades. But too often in boxing history, great fighters are not revered until they're gone. It's not until they walk away that the sport finally recognizes what it had.
And Crawford just nails him!
Crawford seems to be content with closing out the back half of his career one win at a time.
Crawford on the attack! He hit him with a shot. My, oh my! What a shot!
But will this approach be enough to be remembered as an all-time great?
Crawford pouring it on. Crawford shining now.
At this point,
That's it. The fight's all over.
only time will tell.
But Crawford on top of the world!